Well, let me begin by saying that I'm not a high-tech person, and I'm not understanding of all the technicalities of the new social media. But I do know that blogging is the way to go, and in a feminist community and for feminist issues, it's particularly important because it's a way for women to reach outside of boundaries that have restricted them for so many years. So for a lot of women we live in Southern California where it's fairly easy to get out and about for most women, but that's not the case both throughout the United States of America nor throughout the world at large. So the internet and the blogosphere and the virtual world allows women to get out of their homes and meet and talk about a lot of issues which they can't necessarily speak about with other people who are in like situations for whatever reasons, be it the cultural stigma against it, be it that they are not in an atmosphere where there are other women around, whatever it is, this allows women to connect with more women than they would in their regular life, and it's a very powerful tool, which I think the reason that it has expanded so much in such a short time proves that point. I think that the feminist part of the blog comes through in a number of different points. First of all, that you have a community feel to the blog. A number of people say it sometimes tritely, sometimes with feeling and proudly. I'm saying it in the proudly context. But there is this notion that women talk about things in a way that men don't necessarily speak, let's just say. I'm not going to embarrass any men in my family. But it is an important component, and being able to share stories and connect is an essential piece of the feminist project. Even at Claremont Graduate University, we have the Female Faculty Forum, and in that there is not a hierarchical status where there's a chair and officers, but we get together and we speak as a group. And I think this is taking a lot of these small community important meeting places and expanding it beyond the realm that physical proximity allows. And so this is a great moment. And the fact that the organizers of it have not created some hierarchical, dictatorial theme or means of approaching it allows it to ebb and flow the way that a conversation does, the way that groups of women at least, naturally flow, and there's not a goal or a clear end. The project, as I understand it, is to have the conversation. It's the process that matters. It's the conversation that matters. It's not some end goal. And my understanding of a feminist movement and a feminist ideal is exactly that. It's continuing the conversation and moving it where it needs to go naturally as opposed to imposing something upon it. As the dean of the School of Religion at Claremont Graduate University, I have to confess that I'm particularly proud of this project because it is completely within the mission of what we at the School of Religion and Claremont Graduate University strive to do. We have two mottos here. I wouldn't call them mission statements, but one is transdisciplinary research, which means that you have to approach a problem from numerous perspectives. And this feminist blog has women who are historians, women who are actually involved in the field of religion as practitioners, women who study religion from a professorial academic stance. Everybody's coming together to address these issues, and so it's very transdisciplinary in that regard. The second is that we strive to do research that matters. So research that's going to make a difference in the world. And the response to this blog clearly shows that there was a need for women around the world to be part of these really important conversations that could be transformative for many women, to know that there are other people out there facing these issues and addressing them in these sorts of ways is huge, especially since we live in such a global world these days. And finally, and this is for me personally, the greatest gift for a professor, the biggest highlight is to see our students go out there and do great things. And so for me, this is, we have students going out there and changing the world using the knowledge base that they gained here and taking it to places that I know I personally could never have conceived of when they were in coursework. And so for me, this is, I couldn't be prouder to be part of it.